Hey team, it's Jeremy here, and today I want to take a minute to demonstrate a feature inside ProPresenter and give a little bit of instruction on how to use it for you as a volunteer Sunday morning here at NewPointe. And basically today we're talking about Planning Center Live integration with ProPresenter. What that allows us to do is it allows us to put timers on our confidence monitor that's tied to the Planning Center Live that our producers at the campuses are running. And so if you're not familiar with that part of Planning Center, our producers can basically pull up a page and walk through the service on the Planning Center website. And as they're walking through it, Planning Center will keep track of the start time of each element in the service and how much time is remaining in that element based on what we've put in to budget time for that. So the Planning Center Live integration with ProPresenter is really useful because it'll put a timer on screen for every element of the service, and it all happens pretty automatically during the course of the service, so it takes a lot of pressure off of the ProPresenter operator so that they don't have to run all those timers, and we're able to kind of kill two birds with one stone. So let's take a look at what this feature looks like and a little bit of how to use it, and we'll see how things go. Okay, so first off, right here we've pulled up a preview of our confidence monitor. Yours might look a little different, but this is a very typical setup that you might see at one of our campuses. And you can see in this section right here, if you can read it, it says PCO Live, and it has 5 days on here. I'm recording this in the middle of the week, so the first element on the plan that's selected here really does end 5 days from now, so that's why it says that. But on a Sunday morning, it'll be a more traditional countdown. It'll look more similar to the countdowns that you've been used to in the past. Now there's a step that has to be done every time you set up for the day to basically tell ProPresenter which plan it's going to use for this feature. So it has to be done every week. There's no way, unfortunately, for ProPresenter to automatically recognize this. So this is why it's important for you as a volunteer to know how to do this. So in order to set this up on a Sunday morning, you want to come to this button up here at the top of your screen called PCO Live. If you don't see this, you're going to want to get with your local production director, and they can set that up for you. But basically, you'll hit that button here, and again, if it may prompt you for a login screen the first time that this is set up, but once your production director sets it up, it should bring you to a window that looks more like this. This would be a Planning Center Live view for the service that you have selected, and you can see that this 5 days kind of matches up with this 5 days over here. So in order to change which plan you're looking at, like when you come in on a Sunday morning, this might say like negative 4,000 minutes or something like that, and that's because it's still referencing a service that happened a week ago. So you want to make sure that this gets changed every week. So if you come up to this little icon here, it says change plan. You can pop that up, and it gives you a drop-down tree of all of our campuses and service types within Planning Center. So you'll just want to browse to the appropriate one. And so in this case, we'll go to Dover and Creative Arts and Dover Weekend Services. And the next upcoming plan will show up at the top of this list. So you can just select it there, and this will kind of refresh it. And actually, let me go to the second one here, and you can kind of see how this works. So you see that this time now is saying 12 days because it's another week out. So now the next step, you'll kind of see over here, this did not update. And so this is a little bit of a quirk in ProPresenter, but it's important to know and to know how to fix it. So once you select the correct plan here in Planning Center Live window, you can close this out. And then if you go to the window menu up here at the top, choose Stage Display, and then usually it will be the default Stage Display layout. You may see others in the list at your local campus, but usually it's going to be the default. So if you reselect that, that'll kind of refresh the screen, and you see that this now updates. So now on a Sunday morning, your campus pastor will see the timers as your producer is punching through Planning Center Live all automatically. through through this integration. So this is a really great feature. Makes things a lot easier for the ProPresenter operator and is super helpful for our folks on stage, especially with all the live streaming stuff that we're doing these days. So hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at production@newpointe.org, and myself or someone else on the production director team we'll be happy to answer your questions, or you can reach out to your local production director. Okay? All right. See you guys. Thanks.